welcome to Kawaii Time 101. This is our Wednesday session, and we're drawing today. We're on our standard Moxico desktop. We're going to go back to GIMP desktop right here. We're going to work on GIMP as we usually do. But today we're going to do something a little different. Over the week, I've been working on brushes, trying to find tutorials and seeing what I can get out of it. And I found a couple of things, and there are a variety of different choices that we can do. So let's get into this, because this is what we're going to do. What I had done, and it was kind of an accident how I found this, and this is the whole point of playing, is a lot of times you do things by accident. And I had been working on Monday's show, and I had been working on the LPS movie, trying to animate LPS, and I had these series of pictures here that I had taken with one of my with one of my video players that allows me to take sequenced pictures of the video. And I took this one here. I took the number 3. I cut the head out, and then I cut the body out. And what ironically happened is that temporarily, while we were still in GIMP, it set the head and the body, two separate things, as a brush. So what I've done is I've gone on into GIMPs, and I'm setting up a test brush situation so I can create test brushes, and not put them into the main program. So what I'm going to do is I want to go back to this picture here, to number 3, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything here. Right, highlight the whole thing and cut it out as a stamp. I'm going to try to make a stamp out of it. Actually, I think 19 would be better for this, because 19 doesn't have the hand in. So instead of using number 3, I'm going to use 19 because I want the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use number 19. 19's the one. So I'm going to go over to GIMP. I'm going to open. And let's see, I want library. Portable library. It's on another hard drive. It's in my studio. It's Kawaii Time 101. It's part of our LPS movie. It's our first character we're working on. And here we go, number 19. So let's go to number 19 and up. And there we go, there's number 19. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the select tool here, the free select tool, and let's see, I'm going to choose this brush here, number 7. Gives me a small little thing here. So I'm going to start now taking the entire outline here. Now, again, it depends on how careful you want to be, depends on how close you want to get to this. Right now we're doing a rush run. These are just simply test brushes. We can go back in later on, and once we really figure out what we're doing, because we're still playing around, and make these more accurate. So right now, I'm taking my time. I'm being careful, but I'm not being too careful. See, doing this with smaller brushes like this allows me to get some of the detail in here that maybe I may have missed if I didn't do this. Getting right along the edge here. Here's the collar. We have to cut out the collar now. Now we have to be careful because the little orange thing to the left is not the collar. You'll see the collar ends a lot. See this here? That's not the collar. That's part of the pattern, the background pattern. And we can't confuse that with the actual collar itself, so let's be careful here. There we go, there's the corner. Come down. Now, we're not following that, we have to follow the leg right here. So we're staying a little further out so that we can get everything in. Because we want the whole dog in. There we go. And of course we've got our music playing in the background. You can put in whatever music you want to put in for this because it's Kawaii time. I like J-pop and everything that belongs in the Kawaii section of our playing. There we go, now we're doing the leg, that hind leg. And see, now that we're on the blue, it's really hard to see exactly where our dots are. So this is where you have to be a little more careful. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we'll deal with this later on in a different brush. I'm not going to go into the body at all because later on when we work on the brush, you'll see this in sort of a second episode or a second tutorial on this. I guess I could call this an episode because we will be working on this week by week. If you want to enjoy, play with us, you can more or less come along and let's get this intensive here, and there we go. Now we've got the outline here. And the thing is, this center body part here, we'll deal with that later on. I'll show you how we will deal with it. So let's cut this out. As we did last time, we want to paste as, new image. And there's our new image here. And we're going to go File, Save. And thing again. Kawaii time. LPS movies. We're not going to put it in here. We're just going to keep it in here. And we're going to say, because we're going to be in LPS right now. And we're going to say LPS test brush. And it's number 1. We're going to choose the GIMP format here. We're going to choose to keep it because we're not exporting anywhere right now, so you can stay within the standard GIMP format. And because we're going to be working on this one, and we're not going to be working on the other one, we're going to come back here to our original, the one we've cut out. We're going to shut this down. We don't want to save this, because we want the original file to stay the way it is. So now our original file is untouched. And now we have this. We have our brush like this. And if you see, we have our little dog here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to save this as a brush. So I'm going to go into, once again, I'm going to go Save As. This time we're going to come out of the Kawaii time we're coming out of LPS. We're going into a test brushes. Test brush. We're going to do LPS test 1. In this case, this is going to be a stamp, and you'll see what I mean afterwards. Why this is a stamp. image file type, and you see the one that says GIMP brush GBR. That's the one we want. We're gonna save, and this is our GIMP, and now we have our GIMP brush saved. So now we have to go in and make sure that our brushes are available to us. So we're going to go into Edit, Preferences. So here, Environment, Interface, Theme, Folders. Here we go. Go in the folders, Brushes. Folder here. We want to. And the folder we want to add on our library, studio. It's in Kawaii time, and it's test GIMP brushes. This is the one we want. We click OK. We click OK. And it says we're going to have to restart GIMP in order to make the following pass take effect. So we know we're in our test stamp here, so everything is saved. We're going to exit out of GIMP. So let's do that. Let's exit out of GIMP. We start GIMP back up again. It does take a bit of time for things to start. Okay, GIMP is up, and what we're going to do is look and see if it's in our brushes at all. Refresh, and it doesn't seem to be showing up on our brushes at all. So maybe we've made a mistake in this. It's a new brush. You know. So we've made a bit of a mistake. It looks like we've made a bit of a mistake here. We'll see what happened and why it happened. We can easily do that by going to Open Recent. Going, oops. It's a directory, it's failed. Here's what we have here. That's what we had. And it appears that we're almost out of time now, so we're going to leave this for another day to see how our tool ends up working out. Because it should have popped up here. Something that happens sometimes with these programs. Sometimes things work out, don't work out. So I gotta go and figure out what worked out. We did our thing. We got it to a certain point. We can't get it working. So I just want to go in here and make sure that we are where we need to be. There's folders here, brushes. And it should be showing up, but why it's not showing up, I'm really not sure. We're gonna have to actually go into this and sort of figure it out. Which aren't showing up, and what we need to do to make it show up. So that's gonna be it for next time. This is it for today's Kawaii 101 drawing. Things still need to be worked on, need to be played with, and that's kind of how we do things here. Alright, take it easy.